Happy New Year, everybody. I cannot believe that it's 2022, and I'm sure you all are thinking the same thing. 2021 just flew by and it was another crazy year. I do hope that this year brings a lot of positive changes for not only my family, but for you all and your family as well. So for this year, or for this video, I wanted to share my New Year's intentions. But before I get to that, I did want to update you all on what's been going on with me in my life, because I have been missing on YouTube for a couple of weeks now. And if you follow me over on Instagram, you already know this, but if not, I have been missing because we did just move into a home finally. We are in a 3-bedroom. We used to be in a 2-bedroom condo, and it is double the space now, and I'm so happy about that. We do finally have our room back. My husband and I and our 2 youngest that were in the room with us now have their own room, which I must say I did struggle the first maybe week or so. I did have some separation anxiety, if I'm being honest. I used to love waking up and seeing them next to me if I woke up in the middle of the night, seeing them asleep. I still am very sad about that, but I'm finally getting comfortable with the idea of having our room back and them having their own space. Now that we've been in this home for a couple of weeks, it has helped me to feel more comfortable with them being in their own room. But I will be sharing an empty house tour with you all probably after this video, so be on the lookout for that. And let's go ahead and jump right into this video now. Also, if you're new here, let me just quickly introduce myself. I should have done that in the beginning, but my name is Ashley and I am a mom to 5 girls, and we do live in Texas. So right now it is considered winter, and it is, let's see, 86 degrees outside right now. I really wish that it was colder, but that's not the case here. That's Texas for you all. So let's go ahead and jump right into my intentions for the year. I did used to set goals every single year, which I guess intentions and goals might, I guess in the roundabout way, be the same thing. But with intentions, I feel like I can give myself grace if I'm not able to reach them. So I guess it's just mindset things. So I am dividing my intentions into 5 categories, and that is home, family, marriage, work, and personal. And the reason for that is just in case I need to go back and I want to look at my intentions again, I have them divided. I can go straight to my home category and look at my intentions, or any of the other ones. So this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer video. So grab yourself some water, coffee, tea. I've got some water for me because I know when I talk a lot, my throat gets dry, and I don't want to be choking in front of you all. So let's go ahead and start with the first category, which is home. And my very first intention is I'd really like to get back to 1 load of laundry a day. Obviously with the move, all of that has gone out the window, and I need to catch up with laundry again. I have like 5 loads that need to get washed, dried, folded, put away, all of the above, and I'm feeling a little overwhelmed, but I know once I catch up with that, I can get back to the 1 load of laundry a day. That really helped me to not feel so stressed out about it, especially because we have 7 of us living in this household, and it can really get out of hand fairly quickly. My second intention is I'd like to create a new cleaning routine. Obviously with a bigger home, it's going to take a lot more for it to keep clean, and I am going to need help from everybody, including my daughters as well. So I'd like to come up with a routine where it doesn't feel so overwhelming, and it doesn't feel like a lot on our shoulders. Especially with a larger space, you know, you have to keep up with the sweeping, the vacuuming, the mopping, all of that. And if I'm being honest, after cleaning our condo where we used to live so that we could turn in the keys, I realized my biggest takeaway is that I need to do deep cleaning more often, because it was really embarrassing, the dust and everything on the baseboards, and the cobwebs and all on the ceiling. I need to do deep cleaning here way more often, so please remind me of that. But my next intention is I'd like to continue decluttering. And the move really helped me see that there are a lot of things that I really need to get rid of that I'm not going to do right now, right this second, because I'm actually still unpacking. But once I've got everything unpacked, I'd like to look through everything again. And I did do this before the move, but I feel like there's still more things that I could let go of, especially because there's a lot of things that still don't have a home, and I'd like to get rid of them because I really didn't want to bring a lot of stuff here, and I feel like we did. So I do want to declutter some more, so be on the lookout for some more decluttering videos, which I'm excited about. My next intention for the home is to organize my home, which obviously that goes hand in hand with decluttering and moving and putting all the stuff back. I'd like to organize. I have my closet, our bathroom, which is a lot bigger than what it used to be. So I want to organize that space, and pretty much all the closets. We do have a linen closet as well, in the kitchen. So those are the main areas that I'd like to organize. And then we also do have a hutch that we had in the garage for a long time that actually there's room now for it. So I'd like to organize that. If you all have any ideas for decorating that and organizing it, let me know down below, because I don't know what in the world to decorate with or to decorate it with. So next thing is I'd like to find my style. I feel like rustic and farmhouse is my favorite style, but obviously I feel like rustic would be a little more ideal with the fact that this is not a farmhouse. But I'd like to find my style. I'd like to I guess just look up with the different styles like to decorate and all that, because I actually don't have a lot of decor aside from like holiday decor. I don't really know what I like so that I can decorate this home now that it's a lot bigger. I feel so like intimidated with the wall space. I know that you don't have to fill up the walls, and I don't want to do that so we don't feel so like claustrophobic and cluttered and all, but I'd like to find my style so that I can start looking how we want to decorate our home. Next thing is I'd like to work on my homemaking skills, and I'd like to just learn a lot more about homemaking. It's just so fascinating to me. I'd like to read more about it, maybe watch some more YouTube videos, and I'd like to start cooking more, obviously. That's one of the things that I miss with the move and all. We've been eating a lot of takeout, and I'm just so ready to get back to cooking. I'd like to work on maybe creating like a sourdough starter. I'd like to start making sourdough bread. Just all the things homemaking I'd like to really get back into and to learn more about. My next category is the family. And obviously the very first one that I can think of is to be more present with my family. And if I'm being honest, I feel like the fact that us moms have so much to take on, my mind is 100 miles an hour all the time. I could be sitting and playing with my kids, and in the back of my mind I'm thinking, I have a load of laundry I need to wash, I have to sweep, I have to mop, I need to put up a YouTube video, I need to edit, I need to do this, and I'm sitting in front of my kids and I'm not even paying attention to them. The same thing with my husband. You know, he's having a conversation with me, and yes, I'm answering, I'm listening, but in the back of my mind I'm thinking I need to do this, you know, and it's just horrible. I don't like feeling that way. So that is one thing that I really want to work on, is to just take things slower, to work on being more present, and to be more like to work on like mindfulness and all. I do have a book that I'm reading that's called Good Morning, I Love You, and it's talking about like being more mindful and being more present, just slowing things down, and I just really want to work on that. I feel like that's going to help me to be more patient, to be I guess just for the kids to be less fussy. That's one of the biggest things that I've noticed, is when I'm present with my toddler, she's way less fussy. She tends to be a lot more patient with me. She's not yelling back, and she's actually being more interactive and wanting to play with her toys versus wanting to just be watching TV all day. So I do notice a huge difference in her whenever I am more present. So that is one of the things that I want to work on. Second thing is I'd like to have more family game nights. We used to do that a lot back then. Every Sunday we'd do like board games or charades or just random things like that. And I want to get back to that. That's something that we have put on the back burner, and I think that it is so important to come together as a family, and just for your kids to see that, you know, you're interacting with them, you and your husband or your partner, whoever, to be able to interact with your kids, I feel like is a very, very big deal for them. Because I think back to when I was a kid, and I do not remember a lot of the things that were gifted to me. I don't really remember a lot of the chores and all of that, but I do remember the times that I spent together with my family, with my mom, my dad, and my siblings and all. So I do want to continue to make those memories with our kids. Water break. Okay, the next thing that I'd like to work on this year, or that I tend to do, is to do more practical activities with my younger kids, as well as the older kids as well, but I mean more so like teaching them things to do around the house. Like I'd like to teach my 12-year-old how to iron, how to sew. The same thing with our 8 and 7-year-old, and our two toddlers. We have a 2.5 and a 15-month-old. I'd like to work with them on like folding their clothes and putting things back in their drawer, and just a lot of things that my mom taught me when I was younger. I'd really like to start working a lot more on that with them, because obviously they're not going to know unless you teach them. And I do believe that at any age a child can learn how to do something if you take the time to work with them and to teach them. So that's one thing that I intend to do this year. Another thing is I'd like to get back to homeschooling with my 2.5-year-old, as well as the 15-month-old, and doing things that I used to do with my older toddler. Again, with the move and all, it just put everything on the back burner with the move, and I'm okay with that now. I wasn't before. I was feeling very stressed and very guilty. You know, the mom guilt starts to creep in, and it's just no fun. But I am feeling better about it now, but I do want to get back to homeschooling her. I was doing a lot of activities with her, and it was just a lot of fun. I had a little schedule for her, as well as my 15-month-old that was younger then. But I do want to start sitting with them and spending more time just working through little activities that I can do for them. We do a lot of like Montessori, or we're doing a lot of like Montessori inspired activities, which I do want to get back to. So that's one of the higher priority intentions that I have for this year. The next thing is I'd like to start weaning my 15-month-old, and more so because I really need to start getting more sleep. That's going to be one of my intentions for myself, for personal, but I do need to start getting some more sleep. And at night is when she tends to nurse a little more often. She is going longer stretches at night, but I just really feel like it's time for us to start weaning. It's going to be sad for me because she's our last, but I do think that it's time. And kind of along the same lines, similar, I'd like to start potty training our 2.5-year-old. And I feel like this is something that I could have been doing a long time ago, but I was very intimidated and just a little nervous on how it would go. We did try to do it at, I think, 18 months. And she wasn't quite ready yet. She did good for a few hours, and then she just did not want to going potty. So now that we are getting settled here in the new house, I can work on doing that, start helping her to potty train and all of that. And I do feel like my 15-month-old will want to learn as well. So I may be able to kill 2 birds with 1 stone and teach both of them how to go potty. Okay, so next category is marriage. This one for me is a big one, because I do feel like, again, I feel like I'm repeating myself, but with the whole move, I feel like my husband and I have kind of drifted away. And not in a bad way, just I feel like we need to connect more. There's been a lot more bickering and stuff, which is normal with the move and all of that, but I do want to connect more with him. So I do feel like the very first thing would be more date nights. I would like to schedule them as often as possible. 1-2 times a week would be great. And you don't necessarily have to go out to eat and spend an arm and a leg, because the place that we do like to go eat at is very expensive. It's Papados, and we do like to go there, and we get the redfish Potty Training. If you all are Papado fans and you haven't tried that, you need to try it because it's so good. But anyway, it's like $50 for one plate, and we tend to save that for maybe once a month. But every other time that we're having a date night, I'd like to do maybe even something at home. Once the girls go down, maybe we can have a meal together at the table with candlelight. I don't know, something. We need to get creative, and I'd like to have more date nights. Second thing is to work on communication. A lot of that is why we've had little bickerings here and there, bickering back and forth, because just communication, you know, I misunderstood him, he misunderstood me. The same things that happen in almost every relationship. I just feel like it's been happening a little more often now, because we're both overwhelmed with the move and all. So that's one thing that we're going to work on this year. And then the next one is I'd like for us to get back to serving each other. And this is something that him and I have both talked about, because I feel like since we've drifted away, I feel like I haven't been serving him like I used to. And vice versa, both of us know that. I've been focusing a lot on my kids, and if I'm being honest, it's kind of weighing on me, because it's something that I've been wanting to do and I just haven't, because it's the season of life where I've got 2 young toddlers and they suck up all my energy. I don't even have time for myself sometimes. So I do want to get back to serving my husband. And yeah, so that is the last one for, oh no, actually there's another one for marriage. We do want to get back to budgeting together. It's something that we've been wanting to do for a while and haven't done, but we have been spending a little more than we should, especially on eating out and just random things here and there that we've been getting. But hopefully we can put together a budget and we can focus more on saving, especially now being into a home. It's going to be a little more pricey than it was at our condo. So that is the last one for that category. Okay, the next category is work, and I'm very excited for this one. I am a huge planner. I have planned ever since I can remember, middle school probably. I had a planner in like 6th grade, I'll never forget. A lot of my friends were like, are you really gonna use that? And I'm like, yes, I am. And I used to put all my homework in it. I used to put what was due, what projects, and I loved planning, and I still do. So I did get the Happy Planner, which actually I've had since last year. It's like the 18-month one. So I'm just taking out the 2021 and I left the 2022, and I am planning that. So I'd like to get organized with that, and I would like to plan. So this intention, this first one, is I'd like to set up my planner a few days before, because last year what I was doing is I was planning like the day before. I would plan the next month, and I don't want to do that anymore because it's just a little too much, and then I end up forgetting stuff to put. So a few days before the following month, I'd like to plan the whole month so that I can plan out videos, I can plan out editing and like all that stuff that I want to do for my business. I'd like to work on days before the next month so that I'm not doing it like the day before. Let's see. Next thing I plan on doing is I'd like to get back to pre-filming. What I used to do is I would film maybe the week before, and then I had the videos for the next week lined up already. All I needed to do was like edit them and then schedule and all that. But I hadn't done that for like the past 2 months, and you all have probably noticed. So I'd like to get back to that so that I'm not falling behind on my filming schedule, and I'm able to put out the videos on the days that I promise you all. My next intention is I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers by February, and I'm going to need y'all's help with that. If you would please subscribe if you're not already, or maybe share my video or something, but I would love to get to 1,000 subscribers by February. It's a big goal of mine or intention, and I'm going to work hard on getting there. And my next intention is I'd like to revamp my blog. A lot of you probably don't even know that I have a blog. It's blessedtobeamommy.com, and I used to blog there. I've I think it's been maybe 3 years that I've had a blog, and I just stopped posting. It's been about a year now, and I really would like to get back into blogging, and I did enjoy that a lot. But I feel like I'm going to have a little more time now to be able to sit down and be able to just type out a blog or something. Even if it's just once a month, I'd like to revamp it and get back into that. Let's see. My next intention is I'd like to, where am I? Oh yes, I'd like to get back to posting more on Instagram. That's one thing that I have also fallen behind on. And I think I'm going to try and have maybe like a social media posting schedule or something so that I can schedule my posts. I think that that's going to help me a lot more to stay on top of it. And I think I just really would like to share a little bit more my day-to-day and how things go for us here at home, what we do. I am going to steer away from still sharing my kids. I know that I would love for you all to see them, to see the silly things that they do, and just I'd love to share that with you. But there has been a lot of cases recently where I've seen like larger influencers, not that I'm a large influencer, but I have seen influencers where their accounts have been hacked and those people are pretending to be them. I think it's called like role play or something, and they even like hashtag role play, which to me is just crazy insane to think that someone has the time to do that. But I just don't want to fall victim to that, and I don't want to share their just anything about them. That's their you know, I want to keep that private, and I would just prefer not to share it. So my next thing is I'd like to start posting more on my Etsy shop. Another thing that y'all probably don't know about, but I do have an Etsy shop, and I am going to be posting a lot more on that. Right now recently I was focusing a lot more on like digital prints and stuff, but I am going to be posting a lot more of like our boutique stuff. We do have a boutique business that's not online, but I will be posting a lot of the items that I do. We make like earrings and keychains and all of that. So I'll be posting that on my Etsy shop as well. I'll have the link down below if you want to go and check it out and see what I have posted by now. I don't know that I'll have anything probably until next week, but I do plan and intend to post more on my Etsy shop. If you've stuck it out this long and you're still with me, thank you so much. There's just one more category, and that is the personal category. And this is by far the biggest one for me, and that's because if I do not start taking care of myself, I cannot be the patient, loving, caring, forgiving mom and wife that I want to be. So I really, really need to focus on this category most out of all of them. The very first intention is I'd like to get back to having a self-care routine. This is going to consist of shaving, doing my hair, doing my makeup, putting lotion, exfoliating. Before kids, I'll just say BK, before kids, I used to have a schedule every week. Let's see, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays, I would shave, and Tuesdays and Thursdays, I would exfoliate. I have not done a schedule like that for myself since before kids, BK. And I really want to get back into that. I'd like to take care of myself in that way a lot more. I've gone way too many days sometimes without shaving my legs, and oh my gosh, it's just so embarrassing. So I can't believe I am admitting that to you all, but I feel like I am not the only one that's going through that. So I'm gonna get back to that. And my next thing is I'd like to schedule more alone time. I feel like this is going to help me to feel a lot more sane. And with my alone time, it's not going to just be me sitting down and not doing anything. I'd like to get back into reading my Bible. I do notice a huge difference mentally, spiritually, physically, everything when I read my Bible, and I need to get back into that. I'm really needing just to talk to him more often, to pray more often, and just having my alone time to do some meditating, reading my Bible, even if I read a book afterwards, just being alone, listening to music, going on a drive. I need to do that, because when I don't do that, I become very, very impatient, and I end up just just taking it out on my kids and my husband, and I don't want to do that any longer. So that is a big intention for this year. I'd also like to start getting into hobbies that I used to like to do before. I used to love painting and drawing and just learning my guitar. All of those things I have put on the back burner, and I think it's time for me to start focusing on that again. Also, I'd like to start getting into exercising again. Since I was 12, I used to be in strength and conditioning and powerlifting. All of that was, it was in softball, basketball, volleyball. I did all of that. All of that was just, I loved doing sports and all of that, and I just put it on the back burner as well. So I want to get back into strength training. I think I'm going to start with like calisthenics and maybe get into riding my bike, going for a walk. We have a park nearby us that has a track, and I want to get back into all of that. Just thinking about it makes me so excited. I do have a body opponent bag. I mean, we have everything that we need. I just haven't done it. I've been lacking energy, and I just want to start getting back into taking vitamins. I think that'll help me as well. So just taking care of myself. Guys, I cannot believe how much I've let myself go. I can see it in my face and just the way that I feel. I'm just so ready to start taking care of myself and feeding my body the nutrients that it needs. So this is, like I said, a very big category for me, because this whole past year, I just let myself go. You know, I was having anxiety again. I was feeling depressed. I was feeling like I was just having like, what is it? Like insomnia again, and just all of the things that I was dealing with this whole year. I'm just ready to let go of and to start fresh. My next thing is that I'd like to start, I guess going back to like the first one, the self-care. I'd like to start fixing my hair, my makeup, and I'd also like to start dressing up during the day. This is one of the biggest things that I did not do last year. I could go all day in my t-shirt and shorts that I slept in sometimes, and that's embarrassing to say, but it's true if I'm being honest, and I'm ready to just start dressing up. I need to focus on just feeling good about myself, and that's going to be hair, makeup, even if I don't curl my hair or straighten it, but at least fix it somehow, put makeup, put a nice pair of jeans or a shirt or something, and not just wear my t-shirt all day. So that is going to be a big intention for me. And the last one is that I'd like to get back to journaling. This is something that, again, I've done since, oh my gosh, since I was maybe 7 or 8. When I first started learning to write, my mom used to buy me journals, and I would journal a lot. So I really want to get back into doing that. I think that it also helps me to reset my mind and to just get everything down on paper. And I like to journal early morning. This helps me to kind of get all my thoughts down on paper for the day and to kind of organize my thoughts. Sometimes we tend to hold on to so many worries, and you know, we have anxiety over things that are probably not going to happen. Once you get it down on paper is when you see that it's not as bad as your mind is making it seem. So I want to get back to journaling and organize my thoughts, and hopefully that will help me a lot with my anxiety and postpartum depression that I have been dealing with. So that is going to be it for this video. Again, if you stuck it out this long, I really appreciate it. I know that it was very long, but I did want to go over each and every intention that I have for this year, and I'd love to know what your intentions are. So please leave them down in the comments below so that I can take a look at them. Maybe I can add some to my list, even though there's a very long list already. But I appreciate y'all stopping by. I look forward to this new year with you all, and I'm so looking forward to putting out more content. I have so many things scheduled already, and hopefully I'm able to meet all of that, all the intentions that I have set for myself. So Happy New Year again. I hope that you all have a good year. Let's make it a good one together, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.